But it's strange the way it works.
Okay.
But you can open it if you want.
And up and away we go. Cape Tower traffic, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, up at Exploration Tower, 700 below, departing the port to the west. Alright, here we go, we are...
Mac, can you clear left for me, Tom?
Yeah, clear. You did. What's your name, man? Let's see. You gotta get Mike a little bit. There you go.
Tristan.
Tristan? Oh, nice to meet you. My name's Hudson. Off to the right, we'll start seeing some of the space stuff. You can see. You see the Of Course I Still Love You landing pad. There's the drone ship right there that catches. Actually, all of those are drone ships, so they go out autonomously and. Catch the rockets after they launch from way out here, and we'll go actually head that direction and go check them out. And I just double checked the airspace to make sure that we can go out to NASA.
Is that Elon Musk's deal back there?
Yep. And did you see that ship that had the big net on it?
I did, yeah.
Apparently that saves Elon like $5 million per launch. Ridiculous, because it catches the front fairing of the Falcon Heavy. Where are you guys from, by the way?
Oregon.
Oregon. Eugene. I lived in Bend, Oregon. That's actually where I learned how to fly helicopters.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's what Mike said.
Oh, cool. All right. So you guys have been filled in. I didn't spend too much time in Eugene, but Bend is a pretty cool town. Not bad, like everything's right there, especially since they just built that constant wave in the river.
What did they build in Bend?
They got a constant wave that they built in the Deschutes River, so that you can go like surfing year round.
I didn't know that. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's a big, huge rapid, isn't it?
Well, they got a rapid section for floating, but they also, what they did was they built this like crazy thing where it's got a cement wall underneath the river, and they can raise and lower it, and it makes a wave so that you can surf right there. It's really cool. It's really cool.
But it's really funny that I hear about that from you in Florida.
Yeah.
I live over there.
Yeah. So as we come out here, we're over all this government property now. This is actually Cars Park off to the right. Cars Park was made in the 1960s for government employees as a place to recreate and go camping. And I heard recently that during the shutdown, it was a really popular place to be as well.
Why is that?
Oh, just because it's a park that only government employees can go to.
So during the government shutdown, they were all off work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they just went out and played.
Yeah. Go call up NASA out here. NASA traffic, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, about 10 to the south. Northbound for the Kennedy Space Center at 700. Right now I call about 10 to the south. I just let everyone in the area know what I'm doing. I'm coming up here to the north for the Kennedy Space Center, and you can see the blue building in front of us, and then the booster rocket out there as well. And that's the direction that we're going from here. Off to the left, people ask me about what that thing is out there. That's actually a liquid nitrogen and oxygen producing plant. And then there's a solar farm right behind it over here as well.
And then this is Doppler radar right down to the left, right?
Down to the left. Yeah, that's probably one of their uplink or tracking stations. Maybe, I don't know if it's Doppler radar or not.
Do they still do stuff here at NASA?
Yeah, yeah.
So active?
Yeah, this whole area is active. Whenever there's a launch, it totally goes, like, you can't fly over here or anything like that. So being able to make it in today is actually kind of a big deal.
Cool. Does Elon Musk use any of their infrastructure?
Yeah, I'll actually point some of that stuff out. Elon uses, you see the black tower about 2 o'clock position from us?
Next to the white one?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he launches from most often.
Oh, wow.
So off to the left, you can see a bunch of expansion going on here. And Blue Origin, this building right in front of us, that's Jeff Bezos with Amazon expanding. Jeff puts about $1 billion annually of Amazon profit back into Blue Origin, which is kind of started out as an interest to make space travel for civilians, so you could buy a ticket to space. And it's actually turned into, the new mission is to perform logistic missions, meaning transferring materials and supplies out to the space stations as his new goal.
That's what Blue Origin does?
Yep.
Wow.
And here's the Kennedy Space Center, so if you guys wanted to come out here, you could come out here and visit and learn a lot more than I could probably tell you about NASA in this area out here.
Do they have a space shuttle replica or anything down there?
They have
yeah.
one of the actual space shuttles inside that building.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll have to go there.
I would highly recommend it.
We'll break off to the right. It looks like there's some rain over at the St. Johns River. We'll see how close we can get to it. And if the weather's not cooperating with us, we'll fly back and we can fly up and down the beach. Is that cool with you guys?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So now we're looking at the vehicle assembly building, is this big one out in front of us. That's actually the tallest single-story building in the world, and at one time it had the most volume out of any building in the world. But now it still holds the record, tallest single-story building, 526 feet tall. And you'll notice a bunch of open doors on the left where that gray stripe is. And that gray stripe, those are actually doors that open. They can open all the way top to bottom. They're so big, you could slide the Statue of Liberty in sideways through each of one of those doors. Wow. And so we'll come up this way, and let me make a radio call real quick. NASA Traffic Helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, inbound from the Kennedy Space Center at 700 for runway 33 at NASA, low approach. We'll come out this way. NASA was allocated 144,000 acres when they first got the government land. They only use about 10% of it. One of the legislations on that was that whatever NASA didn't use had to be kept as a wildlife reserve. That's why you don't see anything out here. Because whatever they don't use was left to be a wildlife reserve, and now it's the Merritt Island and Ulame Wildlife Preservation.
Which is a good thing.
Very good thing, yeah. There actually was a lot more stuff out here in the 60s, but it all got torn down when they after they weren't using it to keep it as that wildlife refuge. So now you can kind of get a better idea. If you look down, you can see like a bus or a truck or something and kind of compare it to the size of that building. I mean, that is like, that's where they build the space shuttles.
Amazing.
And NASA Traffic Helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, final route, runway 33 at NASA.
Is that a government highway where those two buses are to our right?
I don't think so. I've only lived here for about 3 months. I'm not sure on the answer of that. But if those buses came out of this road, this is like government property back here. Actually, the lowest we're really allowed to go here is about 100 feet. We'll bring it on in, and this is where the space shuttle lands.
Wow.
He comes down about 2.5 times faster than we're going, and at a 27-degree angle. They have a 10-second window to flare before they would impact the ground, and to get a smooth landing out of that thing.
I've heard heard somewhere that it's more like a falling brick than it is an airplane.
Yep, it doesn't really glide. And off to the right, you can see a mock-up of the space shuttle and the tower that we would be talking to if it was Monday or if it was before 5 p.m. And you can see bleachers out there where people would be waiting for the rocket to come back and land all the tops. And that is just a mock-up of the space shuttle. Now, are you guys ready to blast off?
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here we go.
And hard pull-up.
Yeah. That's my little takeoff maneuver.
I've ridden on a helicopter one other time. I worked at a hospital in Chico, California, Enloe Hospital. And
oh, cool.
Yeah, I worked there for 8 years, and I was friends with the flight and dispatch guys, and finally got the pilot to take me on a ride out to the airport to refuel.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, he said we were on the way. He said he was going to do something called auto rotation. He said he would take it. He said he would take it easy on me since I'd never flown before.
Yeah.
I told him to pretend like I wasn't there and do what he would normally do.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's like a $6.4 million turboprop.
Yeah.
Air ambulance.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me. I got to listen to some weather real quick and talk to some people real quick. So just 1 second while I talk to Space Coast Regional.
Foxtrot. Space Coast Tower. Information, Foxtrot on 2055 Zulu. Wind 130 at 8, visibility 7, scatter clouds of 6,000. Temperature 35, dew point 25, altimeter 2902. Land and departing runway 18, expect a visual approach. Final altitude is 1,000 feet. Helicopters operating west, runway 18 at or below 600 feet. NOTAMs, runway 927 is NOTAM close. Read back out runway hold short instructions and runway assignments. Allows control initial contact. You have information, Foxtrot.
Foxtrot. Space Coast Tower, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo with Foxtrot.
You say number 841 Alpha Kilo with Foxtrot.
Helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, we're about 6 to the northeast, transitioning southwest, request to transition across the field en route to St. John's River.
Number 1 Alpha Kilo, southwest transition to the class that's approved at above 1,500.
At or above 1,500, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo climbing.
Cessna 58 Lima is midfield.
There's that 1,500 transition. Yep.
1-8 clear touch and go. And after your touch and go, just make left traffic. Report a midfield each time, please.
Yeah, guys.
Go left traffic, report midfield for 58 Lima.
We'll get across here, but it kind of looks like, you know what, we might have some better luck if we just kind of went back to the beach and flew up the beach. I'm sorry, I really wasn't expecting this. You see all the rain out in front of us, and those are some pretty tall, towering cumulonimbus clouds that could contain thunderstorms, which would be some pretty severe weather. My recommendation would be to turn back now instead of trying to push it.
Sure.
All right, okay. And where's Blue Origin and everything? We'll just turn back that way. So. And helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, we are turning around and transitioning southeast.
1 Alpha Kilo, roger that, sir.
Yeah, it looks like there's a storm coming.
Yeah, they're starting to build up pretty good over there.
So this area here is actually a river called the Indian River. And it's brackish water, so that means that it's like part salt and part fresh water. But we still get dolphins in here, and there's also a lot of manatees that come into this area. Cool. Yeah, you'll see them. Yeah, there's one off to the left right there. It looks like a big mermaid down there. Just slow poking it. You can barely see them.
Is there one down there? Yeah. You know what? We can actually drop it down right here.
I can see a group of them.
Oh, there's a whole group there, yeah.
We're far enough away. I'll drop it down for us, and we can come back and make a lap around there.
Probably down to about your 9 o'clock now.
Tom, this is where doing a descent like this is where you kind of got to guard the throttle so that it doesn't open up too much on you. And you don't get engine overspeed, so you just guard the throttle right there.
Ooh, there's some more on the right there.
Yeah, look at that. Now way out to the right, you can see all the cows of the sea, and they just mosey along.
Helicopter 1780, spot 1, request on the go.
Oh, I just got a breath of air.
Spot 1, clear takeoff, clear land.
Spot 1, clear takeoff, clear land, helicopter 880.
This is kind of cool, they're all over out here, and there's a bird. Alright, after the bird we can turn back and look at them some more. Can we make another lap around these guys? What do you say?
That's good.
Alright.
Good to see that there's a bunch out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to see how clear the water is over here, actually. When we go back over the Banana River, you'll see how much damage has been done by the use of a lot of fertilizer on the lawns and everything.
Like algal growth or something, or?
Yep, exactly. It's actually gotten to the point where they're trying to make some laws to where you can't
Fertilize your lawn.
Exactly.
That's a good law. Maybe plant an organic garden for some food or something.
Yeah.
That'd be my recommendation anyway.
I report a 2 mile or now final runway 18.
Report 2 mile final or now runway 18, going to Silver.
I bet that definitely cramps some kind of wildlife style.
Yeah. Helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, clear to the east.
Helicopter 1 Alpha Kilo, roger that.
Boom. Yeah, this is kind of cool. I don't actually normally get to fly over this area. You know what? We'll make a little St. John's River tour right here. We'll drop it down over this nature wildlife reserve area and see if we can't find any gators or something. Cool. Actually, and this is how we'll transition back to the beach. Sorry, my tour totally got modified. I did not really see that coming up too much. I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it was and where it is. So we'll transition. We'll just modify it right here.
I probably wouldn't know the difference if you didn't tell me.
Right. I know. I'm selling myself short right now.
Were you in the Air Force also?
I was not. I was in the Marine Corps. And I actually used the GI Bill to pay for all of my helicopter ratings.
How much did it cost from beginning to now, do you think?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Not allowed
it was
to say.
it was $140 grand that they paid for school altogether.
So if I had 140 grand sitting in the bank, I might be able to get to where you are someday?
Well, see, they wouldn't charge you personally quite as much because they want to see you finish. They want you to finish because that's how they'll get all your money. They'd probably charge you about 100. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, I spent about $95,000 on mine. There's a gator down there to the left.
There was?
Yep.
Dude, you got good eyes for this, man.
Well, I'm also not flying, so I'd rather you look that way.
Yeah, thanks. No, appreciate it. That will come around and circle for the gator.
He's from that little patch of trees. He's 11 o'clock in the water.
Okay, on the other side in that pocket?
In the water right here to our left. He's just chilling out in the middle. On for a second.
Big one, or
is he?
He was a medium-sized guy. He was right in here. I don't know if he just took off or what. Did you see him, Tristan?
Nope.
Oh man.
We'll get another little circle going right here.
He was right there, so I guess he just kind of swimmed off.
Off, huh?
Yep.
Is he kind of poking his head up right there?
Yeah, that's him. I can barely see him poking his head up. That water's so dark.
Yeah. Jimmy's right there.
Funny little guy.
Yep. You see his little head poking out of the water, Tristan?
Yep.
Oh, there's a big snapping turtle.
Oh, yeah.
Big turtle, too?
Yeah.
Man, I don't want to get you guys sick doing these circles. We'll crank it back. We'll unwind. We'll do some this way. And kind of continue down the... This is all the nature reserve right here, too.
This is still NASA land?
I don't think that this right here is technically NASA land, but I know that this is part of the, I think they call it, is it the Ulam? Tom, you might know, the Ulame Wildlife Reserve?
I am not familiar with this, no.
Or the Merritt Island Wildlife Reserve. They're both out here. Well, actually,
it's the Pine Island Conservation Area.
Pine Island, okay.
What's the top speed of this helicopter?
With us in it, not very fast. If it was just me on a really good day, I could probably do about 150 miles an hour.
With a tailwind or something?
Well, with a tailwind, we could do as 150 plus whatever that tailwind is. Component, yeah.
Cool. And how fast is the biplane?
You know, I don't think it's too much faster. I don't know off the top of my head.
I had to guess probably.
I think it tops out probably at like 140.
That was
140 knots.
Yeah.
Is probably its max speed. It's got they're not paper. They're fabric wings.
Oh yeah.
So if you saw it torn apart, it would be. I don't know if you'd want to fly in it.
Just a skeleton with fabric then, basically.
Exactly.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. I've never noticed this like quarry out here. I wonder if they're digging up silica. Right there.
To make glass or something?
Yeah. That's interesting. We'll cruise back towards the beach this way is going to be our fastest line. Now, I'll leave this up to you. This will be like our half-hour tour if we get back. When we do that, do you want to keep flying and do the full 45 minutes, or would you rather take it in?
What do you want to do, Tristan?
I don't know, you decide.
If we continue, we can fly up the beach and go over another wildlife refuge. It's called the Thousand Islands, and it's in the middle of the Banana River, which is right in front of us.
Yeah, let's go check that out.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll go fly over the beach and just have a good time with it.
Yeah, there's some cows down there or something, huh?
Oh, cool.
Funny how small they are.
Oh, there's some horses down here.
Yeah, so the only two aircraft I've ever been on is that hospital air ambulance and a B-2 World War II bomber at an air show.
That's cool.
So this is the third. Oh wait, and I just went on a commercial jet to get over here. The fifth aircraft.
Whoa, you're becoming quite the connoisseur of the aircraft at this point.
I don't know. It's fun.
I mean, your experience is better than most people who go, yeah, I was on a helicopter once. I was knocked out the whole time. They get the not so fun and enjoyable part of the air ambulance ride.
Yeah, that turboprop helicopter was really cool. And this guy, the pilot was some guy from New Zealand. And we took off from the airport, and he's like, we're going to take a bit of an elevator ride here, and he just went straight up, top speed, and that was cool. And then he's like, we're going to trade some altitude for forward motion. Yeah, got into a glide path or something, got going.
It's kind of cool out here. Actually, I'll climb us up a little bit more from here, and I'll point out a runway out on, physically Cape Canaveral is out to the left over there. And I'll point out a runway. They call it Skid Strip, and they made it to send a missile. They would launch a missile on this thing, and it would take off on skids, and it would land on skids on that runway out there. You can kind of see the line going down. So Cape Canaveral doesn't just have a history with rockets. It also has a history with test firing missiles in submarines and stuff, and we'll actually fly by a nuclear submarine base up here in Resupply Point that's still active, and you'll see the missile bunkers. It's said that there have been more test missiles fired out of submarines that were loaded right here than there have been rockets fired into space from NASA. Wow. But nobody knows because that stuff was like top, classified information in there.
Are there any submarines over there?
Not today. They come in maybe once every other month, once every 2 months to resupply. And it's kind of funny seeing I'd never seen one until I started flying here. And just 1 second, I got to make a radio call real quick. Cape traffic, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo entering the port from the west, eastbound 700 and below. Correction, 1000 and below. So Let's see, yeah, once or twice a month. The funny thing about seeing them is you never really realize that they actually look like they do in the movies. It's like one of those, to me it was one of those things, I knew it was real, but I'd never seen it, and then I saw it, and then I really knew it was real, you know?
The submarine, you mean?
Yeah.
What's it look like?
Just the classic, what you would think a military submarine looks like, that torpedo body shape, the big fin in the back, and the middle dorsal thing that comes up, like they've got buried in the ground up there. Someone tried to tell me that this is actually a submarine buried right here, and I was like, I can see the other side of it. A submarine buried
right
I see
what you're talking about.
Yeah, they actually have that thing, that dorsal that sticks up like that. So down on the left, that's a Coast Guard and Navy base. The sub base is right there, and that's considered the east turning basin.
Is that one of the deep submarine bases? There's one in California, and they call it a deep submarine base, and they actually gave the one in California to the Chinese.
I'm not sure. I know that we use this one for Allied troops, and I know the bottom of the channel right here is 46 feet, but I don't know about that.
Okay. What are they doing down there? It looks like taking some substrate out of the...
Yep, down there they're maintaining the dredging, so they're maintaining that 46-foot depth in the channel right here and in the port. By the way, Port Canaveral is the second busiest cruise ship port in the world.
Is it?
You'll see way out there, that's the Disney Dream floating away. And Port Canaveral handles about, 4.5 million cruise passengers annually, which is second to Miami. Miami handles, I think it was 6.25 million, passengers annually, making it the #1 busiest cruise terminal in the world. Wow. Sorry, I got something in my throat or something right there. So now we're headed southbound down the beach. If we flew far enough this direction, we would make it to Miami. Tom's from the area. He's our new pilot from around here. He says it would take about 3 hours. About 3 hours.
By helicopter?
Yep.
Because this thing can get along at a pretty good cut if you're alone.
And if we flew, what is it, like 120 miles that way, we would be at the first island in the Bahamas. Yep.
So Cuba's down there somewhere too, right?
Exactly. I don't know if you'd be able to fit your ego in the helicopter if you're brave enough to make that flight, though. It would be a lot of water. So I try to keep us, that auto rotation that he did with you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool that you've experienced that. So now you know that the helicopter isn't just going to fall out of the sky. Oh, we got someone waving to us down there. We'll wave with the tail back. Come by the Cocoa Beach Pier. Now there's a bar down there, Dad, at the end of the pier.
Big manta ray on the left.
Pretty cool.
There's a big manta ray back there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we can catch them.
We'll catch it on the way back. This is nice having a second set of eyes to look around while I actually continue flying.
So that's the Cocoa Beach Pier right there?
That's the Cocoa Beach Pier right there. Where are you guys staying?
We are staying in Orlando, but we were actually at that pier yesterday.
That's right. Yeah, you guys made 2 trips to the beach, huh?
Yeah. This one's much cooler, though.
Yeah, the best part, I like to tell people this is the best way to go to the beach because you don't get sandy.
Yeah. You ever see any sharks down there?
Actually, I saw a small one in the port today, and I saw a few of them at the beginning of last week. But guys, I got to call up Patrick Air Force Base as we're about to go enter their airspace real quick. So I'm gonna see what they have to say about us coming in. Patrick Tower, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo.
Helicopter 1 Alpha Kilo, Patrick Tower, altimeter 29901, St. Dennis.
Helicopter 1 Alpha Kilo is about 6 to the north, 500 feet southbound, down the shore, looking for a north transition over Coconuts and Thousand Islands.
And helicopter 1 Alpha Kilo, Roger. Coconuts is approved and northbound. Report exiting class for Delta.
Report exiting the zone, helicopter 1 Alpha Kilo.
Just saw a big school of sharks right behind us.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt, but they like 30 or 30 plus.
Of sharks?
Yeah, side fin, not up and down like dolphins, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Coach me in.
All right.
Coach me in.
So they'd be probably at our 10 o'clock low now.
Someone's calling me. Am I far enough out?
Yeah, no, they were right under our flight path, so they're going to be over there to our left. If I had to guess, they're probably abeam us now.
Okay, I'm going to keep going a little bit further. I'm going to come out to this yellow buoy.
Yep. So they're just kind of right in between us and the beach now.
Okay.
They're headed north.
I have not seen a school of sharks.
I assume that's what that was. It was like 30 plus sideways moving tails, so. So they would have been right here in this line. I don't know if they were further back.
I see them.
Oh, yeah.
Right below us to our left.
Oh,
Yep.
gnarly.
Yeah.
What? All right, we're dropping it down.
Yep. Good eye, sir.
Yeah, that is cool looking.
I was going to feel bad if we didn't see him again.
Yeah. Oh, that's wicked.
Like a yellow balloon or buoy on the...
Yeah, they have a buoy out there. I'm not sure what that's for. Do you know?
Buoy to rope up to, they had the superboat races out here not too long ago, and I'm just going to continue a little bit further this way so we can
I'll keep scanning
catch them.
You're clear.
Had some superboat races, and that was the closest you could get with to tie up with your boat to watch the race. Where'd they go?
They are between us and the buoy.
I see some more there too, a kind of a patch of them.
Gnarly.
Yeah. So they're right down here at our 11.
Oh yeah, I see them.
Hudson, right down below us there.
Oh, that's savage. I feel like we should tell the people on the beach.
Yeah.
Shark. They look pretty big too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Those are like 10 feet long, aren't they?
Probably, maybe at least 6. I'm looking at the people over there. They're pretty big.
About the same size, huh?
Yeah.
How you guys feel about one more pass, and then I don't want to get a noise complaint for buzzing the beach at one spot the whole time.
Yeah. Still directly towards the buoy from us now.
Okay.
That might be dolphins. I thought they were sharks. I don't know.
No, dolphins go up and down.
Okay, then they're definitely sharks.
Wow.
Maybe it is dolphins. I don't know. They are cresting a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, those are probably dolphins, actually, now that we got
I swear, it looked like their tails.
Can we do one more pass?
Like a pod of dolphins, is that what it is?
Yeah, it is. I could have sworn I saw sideways tails, but
We were pretty high. I can't see them anymore.
yeah, they're are kind of sort of behind us
Okay.
here. Direct 9 now. Clear around.
Tom, can you come on all the tours with me?
I know, man. This is.
That's so cool, though. All right, I think we got to get out of here before we get a complaint.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that says a lot about the beach. I've flown here a lot, not really seen enough sharks to be able to ID them that quick. So.
Yeah, I don't know how you would. It's kind of hard for me to, really.
It's getting really hazy out here.
Is that a sign of bad weather or something?
Yeah, I think that's like the leading edge of this front that's pushing in.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of pop-up on the radar over there.
Yeah. You got that on? You got active weather on your phone?
I just had cell service while we were by NASA, so I just looked at my radar thing.
Check that out. Here's Coconuts on the beach on the right. That's an interesting bar where you can buy your drink and then take it out with you and walk right onto the beach with it. And then the newspaper USA Today. The owner of it, or like the founder of its house, was right here, where this one with the
Tennis court on the roof
is going up. But he passed away, and mysteriously his house burned down.
Oh. Huh.
And
was it
so
family member insurance deal? Or?
probably that's what I'm guessing is going on there. But then this is the Thousand Islands wildlife refuge. This was all land, and a few hundred years ago a hurricane came and wiped this area out and eroded it to the point where it's somewhat like this, as well as dredging between the homes. And now you can tell where all that fertilizer has come in, you know, off of the lawns and stuff right there to give it to feed the algae down here.
Yeah, lawns aren't that great anyway.
No, I believe more in what do they call it when you use like the natural landscaping around your house and incorporate it into your landscaping? There's a word for it.
Oh, I don't know.
Not sure, but a garden, organic garden, you know, is going to be as bad as a lawn. They're not using fertilizers on it or something.
Anyway, but when they were dredging between, they were dumping some of the dredge here, which also helped create some of these islands. But people were trying to buy them to build houses on, and in the 60s, everything was booming out here. Cocoa Beach said, no, we're not going to allow that. We're going to purchase this area and keep it a wildlife refuge. Oh, there's a manatee down there, too. Keep it a wildlife refuge so that everyone can enjoy it. Now they do paddleboard tours through here, and they actually just started doing bioluminescent tours through the area. So you can come out and you can see all the plankton and everything light up as those organisms are agitated.
Oh, so so it's a natural bioluminescent thing.
Yeah, totally.
Is this brackish water?
Yep. So this is a kind of interesting area because we have, right now we're over the Banana River. To the left, you can see the waterway in between right there. That's Sykes Creek, which is kind of like what we were flying over after we passed the shuttle landing runway. And then the Indian River all the way on the other side. You actually drive across all these on your way back to Orlando. Speaking of, really sorry that you guys went to the airport. I feel bad about not clarifying that we were in the port.
Oh.
I'm sorry about that.
Was that you that I talked to?
Yeah.
Okay. I should have asked because I did notice that there were two different addresses. But yeah, no problem. There's more manatees down there.
More below us?
Yeah, a couple of them.
Man. It's funny, you know, normally they kind of live together. The ones over here, they seem to kind of roam by themselves a little bit more. Passing by the famous Ron John Surf Shop. It's like the biggest surf shop in the anywhere.
So we can pick up a surfboard there if we want to, huh?
24 hours a day. They do not close.
If you want to go surfing at 3 a.m., you could go in there and pick up a surfboard. I don't know how you're going to fit it on the jet going back to Portland.
That'd probably cost a little bit.
Yeah. It's kind of cool having some people from Oregon in on the flight with us today. Actually, I just saw something cool below us, so I'm going to surprise you after we circle the pier right here on our way back. We'll get we're getting all kinds of stuff here. We got a pod of dolphins, a bunch of manatees, a gator, snapping turtle, and we'll come around right here.
Pod of dolphins.
I see a manta ray over.
And we'll get a manta ray. I still think it's cooler to think that they were sharks.
Oh yeah, I know.
I saw 30 sharks.
That's my guy, yeah. 6 lashes for me when we get back. For misidentifying.
I want to think that they were sharks.
Yeah.
So even like descents like this, I'm kind of guarding the throttle a little bit right there.
Okay.
Oh, is that it? Right over there?
Yep. He's a big one too.
Yeah, he is. Oh. So that's a manta ray right there. That one's probably almost 10 feet across.
Really? Wow.
And people, they'll come in, it's funny, they'll come in right here where everybody's surfing, and the fins, like the 2 tips from each side come up out of the water sometimes, and people will think they're sharks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a pair of sharks swimming around, that's interesting.
So how many hours do you have in a helicopter?
I've got about, how many do I have right now? Oh, somewhere in the 800s. So I got to call Patrick. Patrick Tower, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, clear to the north, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem, pre-exchange approved, Doug going.
Pre-exchange approved, happy July 3rd. Cape Tower traffic, helicopter 841 Alpha Kilo, entering the port from the east, westbound, 700 and below. Oh man, I think you guys came at the perfect time, by the way. We're just clearing all that weather.
Nice.
You see it's moving in even further now, so I think we made a good call sticking out just over that wildlife refuge and then headed down the beach. That was pretty fun, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, very cool.
Honestly, I think that was kind of a better tour than our normal 45, just because this is more information for Tom than you guys. You know, not trying to spoil anything, but just because our normal one, we fly out so far to get to the St. John's. There are a lot more alligators out there, but we have to go so far to see them that it kind of limits how much beach we can get.
There's some dolphins down there following the boat, kind of.
Dolphins coming in that way.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
No, improvisation is a good thing, even with a helicopter tour.
That's the great part about helicopters.
Well, glad we could do it for you and glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or are enjoying it currently, I guess I should say. We'll come back in, we'll make one more lap around the backside of the port and set up for an approach back into the helipad. So once again, this is a Coast Guard and Navy base. Those white tanks are actually a main petroleum distribution point. Tankers will come in and import, sorry, there's a bird in front of us. Import gasoline to right here, and it stores in those tanks all the way out to Orlando is how far.
What's that big white pile of stuff there?
Yep, just getting to it. Morton Salt Company making, you can see all the table salt that they've got palletized on the other side. And these are all SpaceX landing platforms. So of course I Still Love You is like the normal one that the Falcon Heavy usually returns to. And Mr. Stevens caught the front fairing from the most recent SpaceX launch. That's a big achievement. They've been trying to do it since 2017.
That's cool. Why does it say, I still love you?
Of course I Still Love You is actually the name of the vessel.
Oh, okay. Why did, is that Elon's vessel?
Elon's weird.
Yeah, he's a character.
Sorry about that. I just touched someone's knee right there.
That was mine.
We'll come around. We just flew over the Carnival Cruise Terminal. Disney Cruise Terminal is on the bottom right, and a Norwegian right here. Royal Caribbean ports, about our 11 o'clock position out there in front of us to the left.
So what's that weird shaped building directly in front of us?
That's Exploration Tower. It is like an interactive museum type of place. It's got a little cafe below it, and it's got a lot of information. A lot of the stuff around here is so geared towards space that Exploration Tower actually has more information geared towards the port physically itself, and I think they actually really built it to be more of a viewing tower for launches and stuff, and they gave it that shape.
How often do they have launches?
Quite often. There was one a few days ago between NASA, SpaceX, and Orbital ATK, and now with Blue Origin, it's piping up. I'd say one on average once every 2 weeks.
Like a monthly.
Are they having one in the next few days or before the 9th?
Chance? Might be able to look it up online for you.
We can consult the Oracle. She knows all.
That's hilarious. Thanks for being so quiet on landing, guys. That really helps me focus right there.
Yeah, that was a sweet ride.
Well, glad you enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm glad we could do it for you, man. And thanks for coming all the way out from Orlando for us.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
And it's Hawkins, right?
Hawkins, yep.
Very much.
First name Hudson.
Hudson, is it?
Yep,
Hudson Hawkins.
Like the movie. When you get out, don't forget to take your headset off.
Okay.